Okay, so you may have your ads and your landing page for your new patient marketing all worked out. You got them all set up and they look great, okay? However, I gotta tell you, there's a very high likelihood that no matter how well you designed it, no matter how much care you put into them, your new patient prospects are gonna be seeing something different on the screen than what you saw. And in this video, I'm gonna tell you what that's all about, okay? Now first, my name is John Nesbitt with the Customer Factory, and I'm actually covering something that came out of my book that I wrote called 16 Rules for Facebook Marketing Success for Chiropractors. And these are just sort of my executive summary of 16 different things that you really need to make sure you've got handled. Otherwise, it could stop you from having a successful new patient marketing program, right? So anyway, I'm going to tell you at the end how to get the book for free if you don't already have it. Now, this all comes from a story back when I was working with it. This is fairly on in my career building this agency. I had a client and we were looking at his campaign and it wasn't doing well. Like it was like this is just not working. It's working a little bit, but not enough. So the client says, "Hey, John, you're supposed to be the awesome guy. Where's the results?" I'm like, "Okay, well, look into it." So I look into it. I pull it up and I'm looking carefully at it. And I check this out and I check that out and make the targeting's good and this and that. Well, it's getting lots of traffic to the page. Gee, but just people aren't converting on the page. Why are that? Well, let me look and see. Well, the button's the right colors and things in the right spot and the wording is beautiful and it's all the stuff that I know works. And so I'm like, well, okay, I make some tweaks, some changes and hope for the best. And a day or two goes by and the client's like, hello. I'm like, okay, it's not working. And I'm a little upset because this is my A game stuff. This is my best effort, ad copy, best photos, best targeting, best everything I have to make this campaign work for this client. And it's not working. So I do what I do when I hit my wit's end, I go to my focus group. I have a focus group I keep around. Her name is Rose, that's my wife. And she's basically a consumer. She's not a marketer. She's like a quintessential consumer. And so what I do is when I have something worked out, I will actually go and get my phone out and I will show her, here's what the ad is, honey, here's the landing pages. What do you think? And she will give me only the brutal advice that you get from somebody after 25 plus years of marriage. You get a very direct, correct answer on what is wrong with this thing from a consumer point of view, an untainted consumer's point of view. So I got my phone out and I started showing it to her and I knew right away as I handed her the phone, I knew already what was wrong because I could see that little landing page that I had looked terrible. It was all kind of scrambled. Things were in the wrong place. The picture was all to one side. And more importantly, the little button to actually schedule an appointment was so far to the right, you could barely hit it with your little finger if you tried. And what I realized, the mistake I had made is I had not looked at this campaign in a mobile device. I'd only looked at them. I've got a nice setup. And you imagine I do this stuff for a living. So I have a multi-monitor setup and it's beautiful and my laptop's there and the screens are under there. And I looked at it on these big old screens and it looks great. But I never looked at it on the small screen. And that's where it was actually getting all jumbled up. So all I had to do was fix that jumbled up, fix the mobile version, as I say. You can actually adjust the mobile version, what people see on those, fix it up, make sure it looked good on Android and iPhone, and boom, the campaign took right off and did great. So I took that as like a new rule that I have, that I always check the mobile. Now, this has become even more important, even since this thing happened to me. Back when this happened to me, maybe half the people were coming from mobile. The most recent numbers I have is that 90% plus, actually far more than 90% of people who are coming to your site to book an appointment with you are doing it on their mobile phone, especially if they're coming from Facebook, which is where we drive a lot of traffic from. So you're doing Facebook marketing, they're almost exclusively on Facebook mobile. Very few people are on Facebook desktop for any amount of time these days. It's a very small percentage, like less than 10%, right? So when these people arrive at your page, your mobile device, that's what they're viewing it on. So you actually have to make it for mobile. So our new rule that I use is that we design a new landing page in mobile and then we make sure it looks okay on the desktop because most people are going to see the mobile device. If you look it on the desktop, it'll look beautiful and everything's over here and everything's over there. Remember, there is no over here and over there on mobile. There's just this thing in the middle and you got to make it look good, right? So it's just is this an important detail? No, unless it's happening to you and ruining your campaign. So it's something I want to make sure you are very aware of so that you know, be on the lookout for that thing, right? Now, as I mentioned, what I just told you came from my book, 16 Rules for Facebook Marketing Success for Chiropractors. And basically, I cover a whole bunch of other topics in that book. I have a way for you to get a copy of that book for free right now. We've got an electronic copy. It's about 20 pages long, this book, and it's an executive summary kind of. It gives you an overview of the entire picture of what it takes to run a successful Facebook marketing company, Facebook marketing campaign for your business, right? For your company. So the idea is that you can take this and it sort of gives you the parameters. It's not every bitty nitty-bitty detail, but it's all the big stuff you have to know, just like what I just told you just now. So hopefully you find that useful, and I will see you in the next chapter. Bye.